Hello, everybody. My name is Lauren Bryn Dunn. I'm the Assistant Commissioner of the MIAA, and I'm very excited to be here today with Tatenda Mukudu from Alma College. Tatenda, how are you today?
I'm all right, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Um, I'm a sophomore. I'm here at Alma College, and I play on the Alma men's soccer team.
Obviously, you haven't had a ton of time within the MIAA, but tell me some of your favorite things about competing in this conference so far and maybe some of your favorite rivalries.
I think the special thing about the MIAA, especially with soccer, is I think it's like an old school type of game. So it's very physical. It's old fashioned. It's hard, and yeah, it's physically demanding. And I think that was a challenge for me stepping into the MIAA.
What makes Division Three special to you? Why did you choose D3?
When I was looking at schools and the offers that I got, I think I wanted a place where I could interact with my teachers and I could be somewhat of a number at the school and somewhat interact with my coach as well. And I think Alma ticked all those boxes. And I think I also just got the best offer here as well. So I was really excited to dive into the project we have here.
I'm sure you're pretty busy between soccer and your studies, but what hobbies do you have outside of that?
Um, I mean, when it's sunny outside, I we tend to go and play golf, but yeah, without sports, I mean, I think I like to read a little bit. Um, I like listening to music. But yeah, I don't think I'm outside of sports, I don't think I do too much, honestly.
Being an international student from Zimbabwe, what was the biggest adjustment when starting college in the United States?
Um, Besides the weather, I think uh I think it was probably understanding people and constantly speaking English. I think that was somewhat difficult for me. I mean, back home we do speak a ton of English, but just English with no switching off button, no turn off button has been a little bit hard and understanding the different accents and when people speak fast and just trying to pick it up. So that's definitely it. Especially in my classes as well, I think.
Did you start learning English like at a very young age, like right away? Or when did you start learning English?
So I think I started English since birth. I think when I moved to Botswana is when I initially started English. But yeah, I've been speaking it from a very young age.
And then you mentioned something about the weather, which currently we have this lovely wintry mix outside. What is the weather like in Zimbabwe?
The weather in Zimbabwe is, I think it's very tropical. It's normally very sunny. Our winters are more like the fall over here, so it's not too cold. And yeah, moving here was definitely new. I mean, the snow right now is absolutely horrible.
For those who aren't familiar with your country of Zimbabwe, what are some of the biggest cultural differences between there and the United States?
Um, that's an interesting question. I think we have a ton of cultural differences. I think the way of life is different. I mean, Zimbabwe being a third world country, I think things are very different and operate differently to the United States. I think things back home are a lot more laid back somewhat, and I think here things are a little bit different.
What advice would you give other students who might be hesitant to travel abroad for their studies, whether they're from another country or they're from here looking to go to another country?
I'll always say to give it a try. I think I don't think you can go wrong giving something a try, and I think trying something new is always at the top of my bucket list. So I would give them the same advice. It's never a bad thing to try something, and if it doesn't work out, then it just wasn't meant to be, I guess.
How did you first become involved in soccer and what inspired you to continue playing in the United States?
I think, and I think I speak for all kids around the world. I think you probably become involved with soccer from a very early age. I think it's probably the top sport around the world. And I mean, I grew up playing street soccer, so it was always just natural for me. But yeah, I think me wanting to continue playing in the United States was just based on the options I also had at home. which were going professional straight away. And I think I wanted to continue with my academics, get a degree, and I just wanted to keep playing throughout college. So here I am now.
I like closing out each interview with kind of a fun question. I'm sure you have
Uh-huh.
different foods in Zimbabwe. What
Yes.
would you say is the most unique food that we wouldn't find here?
So one that you guys do not find here is one called sadza. It's completely different. I think I've only seen it with like Zimbabwean people around here that I've kind of linked up with. But yeah, that one's the one different one. It's kind of like a staple, and it's got, what can I say? It's like a hard porridge, I would say.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, and best of luck as you continue your career at Alma College.
Thank you so much, Lauren.